So, welcome everyone to the official site dedication ceremony for the new Escondido YMCA, a campus for community well-being. We are honored to have each one of you here, and I have the very special honor and privilege to introduce a very special woman to this community who has been a board member for 15 years. She is our number one cheerleader and our board chair. Let's welcome Anna Rabani.
A little shorter. Courtney. Hello. Can everyone hear me? Hello. All right. Well, good morning, everyone. Thanks for coming in the heat. As Courtney said, I'm Anna Rabani, the board chair of the Escondido YMCA. This campus represents something truly innovative. Rather than a traditional standalone YMCA, this is a collaborative campus. Rather than a standalone YMCA, being a collaborative campus, it's designed and built through intentional partnerships. I joined the board of the YMCA 15 years ago because safety around and in water is a passion of mine. I truly believe every child deserves the opportunity to learn this life-saving skill. Swim instruction saves lives. Drowning remains the leading cause of accidental death for children ages 1 to 4 and is among the top causes for children under 10 in the United States. The good news is that drowning is preventable. And learning to swim is the most powerful tool we have. As a mother of 3 sons who started their swim journey at the Y, I've seen this impact firsthand. What began as basic swim lessons at the Y grew into competitive swimming, water polo, surfing, and eventually something that I'm really proud of. They became YMCA lifeguards and swim instructors right here in this community. That's the power of the Y. We're not just teaching kids how to swim. We're building confidence, leadership, and lifelong commitment to giving back. Every child deserves to feel safe in the water, and together we can make that possible. Together with organizations including the Escondido School District, National University, and Neighborhood Healthcare, the Y is expanding its mission and deepening its impact. This campus reflects what is possible when institutions align around a shared commitment to community well-being. So thank you. Now it's my pleasure to introduce the president and CEO of the YMCA of San Diego County, Todd Tippett.
Thank you, Anna. It is so good to be with each of you today here in Escondido. Before we get started, I want to share a little bit more of what Anna talked about around community well-being. And it takes volunteers and staff together to make this happen. So Ron is going to make some introductions in a minute of some people that we're so happy to be here today. But I want to, first of all, recognize the planning committee for today. So if you're part of the planning committee, please raise your hand. Thank you so much. And this has been a journey to get to today. So I appreciate the YMCA of San Diego County Association Board. Please raise your hand if you're on the association board for the YMCA. Thank you all so much. And I want to call out a couple specifically. Since I've been here, I've had 3 board chairs. Bill Geppert, Margie Newman-Sy, and Tony Russell. Their leadership and support is instrumental in the Escondido YMCA Campus for Community Wellbeing happening like it is today. So thank you all so very much for your leadership. I also want to recognize a few other partners and peers that are here today. A few years ago, there were some new CEOs in California with the YMCAs, and we were together. The CEO from the Los Angeles Y, from the San Francisco Y and myself. And about 4 years ago, we were having conversations about how it would be amazing if we worked better together to leverage our community's needs and really leverage what we're learning and our resources and how we work together. That was the genesis of the Community Wellbeing Network. So we were able to be in L.A. Last summer when they christened the Burbank Y and started their Centers of Community Wellbeing. And I'm pleased today to have partners in this work here today. Victor Dominguez, the CEO of the LA-Y. Jamie Bruning-Miles, the CEO of the San Francisco Y. John Ehrbar, the new CEO of the Silicon Valley Y, formerly of Buffalo YMCA. A little different today. And definitely not least, Alfredo Velasco, I do not see you, the CEO of the Long Beach Y, and from 2004 to 2013, the executive director of the Palomar YMCA in Escondido, California. So what we are really focused on around community well-being in the state of California is this notion of well-being. I want to share the definition that we've created. Community well-being is achieved when all people have equitable access to the conditions that enable them to thrive: physical and mental health, social and economic opportunity, safe environments, meaningful relationships, and a sense of joy, belonging, and purpose. That is what community well-being and belonging means to me. So in a time where communities across our nation, across our state, and I'll even say across our local communities are navigating issues such as youth mental health, social isolation with seniors, chronic disease, the opportunities to partner together with organizations that share a like mind around community well-being so all can thrive is so meaningful. So I started with this state of California focus, but today, the epicenter of community well-being in California is in Escondido, California. So with that said, it is my honor and privilege to introduce the face of the YMCA in Escondido, the person that is perfect for this job, Ron Lelakes.
Thank you, Todd. I love the better together, Todd. That's just the perfect way to start this off. Well, before we begin, I would like to take a moment to recognize several leaders and partners whose vision, leadership, and belief have helped bring this campus to life. First, I'd like to express my gratitude to our key partners who have shared vision in shaping the Escondido YMCA, a campus for community well-being. Todd Tibbetts, we all know Todd, our president and CEO of San Diego County. Andrew McGuire, our superintendent of the Escondido Union School District. Dr. Mark Milliron, with president and CEO of National University. Dr. Rakesh Patel, CEO of Neighborhood Healthcare. And I know Dr. Ibarra, you're out there somewhere. Where are you? Trying to hide in the crowd somewhere. There he is, right in front of me. Thank you for your partnerships and believing in what this campus can mean for the future of Escondido. Of course, we must also acknowledge the support and leadership of the YMCA of San Diego County Board of Directors, along with the Board of Directors from the Escondido Union School District, the National University, and Neighborhood Healthcare. Please stand up or wave to be recognized. Thank you. We are fortunate to have with us today Mayor Dane White, Deputy Mayor Consuelo Martinez, and District 76 Assembly Member Dr. Darshana R. Patel in the front row there. Your leadership and commitment to Escondido community are deeply valued, and we are thrilled to have you with us today. If any additional officials joined us today, please stand or wave so we may acknowledge you as well. Your support means so much to us. To our past and present donors, I extend my deepest gratitude. for believing in the YMCA mission and helping create a space where families and children in Escondido can thrive. We also thank our longstanding donors, including the Tomlinson Foundation, the Roden, Stendroot, Appleby, and Bronner family, Rotary clubs, and Kiwanis. Your contributions have been invaluable. With over 50 years of presence in our community, it's my honor to recognize former leaders who have shaped the location's legacy. I want to thank Steve Totten. I believe he's in the audience today. He was a retired vice president of Planned Giving, but the executive director of the Palomar Family YMCA from 1987 to 2004. There he is. It's amazing work he's done. And now he's serving on my board of advisors. And then I also want to recognize Alfredo Velasco, now president and CEO of YMCA of Greater Long Beach, but was the director of the Palomar Family YMCA from 1987 to 2004. So Alfredo over there. I also want to thank my board of advisors. If you could please stand. You're probably already standing, but maybe wave. There they are right there. I couldn't have met a greater bunch of people to help support me in this transition. They are amazing people, led by our famous board chair, Anna Rabani. So I thank you all so much for all of your support. To all of my YMCA colleagues, my family across the association, thank you for all of your support over the years, and you're just part of my family, and I love how you guys carry out the mission of the YMCA. So please join me in giving a round of applause to all these exceptional leaders, supporters, and partners who continue to make the Escondido YMCA a place our community can be proud of and call home. So it's now my honor to introduce to the stage District 76 Assembly Member Dr. Darshana R. Patel, a dedicated community advocate, a passionate Escondido leader, and a proud YMCA participant.
Thank you so much. I'll try to keep my remarks brief because it's getting quite hot up here. Thank you so much, Ron, and good morning, everyone. I am Assembly Member Dr. Darshana Patel, and I proudly represent the 76th Assembly District, which includes this area and Escondido. It's truly an honor to be with all of you today to celebrate this very important milestone for the Escondido YMCA and, frankly, for the broader community. What we're doing here today is exemplary, not just for Escondido, but for the whole San Diego region and across California. As your representative in Sacramento, my top priority, is building stronger communities. We do that by making sure that families have access to the resources they need to live healthy, stable, fulfilling lives. From quality health care and education to safe places for recreation and community connection, right here in their own backyard. These priorities guide my work every day as we address challenges like affordability, access to essential services, and ensuring that our communities have the support they need to thrive. While much of my work, in fact, Monday through Thursday, I'm in Sacramento, it takes place in Sacramento, the needs of our local communities are always with me wherever I go. They're always top of mind. The work happening right here in Escondido and across the 76th Assembly District reminds us that strong communities are built through effective collaborations, through partnership, and through shared commitment in serving our neighbors and community members. In that spirit of collaboration, we see the fruition of what's happening here today on the campus. The partnership between YMCA, Neighborhood Healthcare, National University, and Escondido Union School District. I mean, my God, what could we ask for in a better set of collaborators, right? But also we have an amazing city council. Yeah, thanks. The applause is very important. I'll just pause for 1 second for my prepared remarks. Sometimes we feel a little shy, for those of us who are in positions of power, for acknowledging and receiving recognition. But I've come to realize that we in receiving that recognition, give opportunity for others to see what the path forward looks like. So it's important for us who are in these seats of power to be here visible in our communities and be here to share in that celebration and that recognition. So getting back to those prepared talking points. In this spirit, my staff work really hard. I have Gonzalo here with me today. He's the representative for Escondido. Staff work really hard to make sure all of us look good. So we want to make sure we do right by them. It's that spirit of collaboration is what we see here on this campus. But it's not just in these partners we have today. It's our city council as well, making sure that we have the right communities and the right environments to continue that work. So many thanks to Dane, our city council mayor, as well as our deputy mayor, Consuelo Martinez. It's really, really important that we have strong partners like Consuelo. She's able to text me on a dime to make sure I know what's going on in your city. And that's important for us to make sure that that continuity of leadership reaches all the way to Sacramento. What we know is that when we bring communities together, when we bring together education, healthcare, community programming all in one place, we can create a campus that has opportunities for families to access services that support their well-being and their long-term success. In a democracy, what more can we ask for than long-term success of our people? And when we institute this kind of work, coming together like this, the impact goes far beyond what any one program or organization can do. What we know is that YMCA has long been a cornerstone of community life. For generations, families like mine have relied on spaces like this for youth development, for recreation, for safe spaces, and for programs to help children build the confidence they need to secure their brighter futures. I've been attending gymnastics with the YMCA through my daughters, not me, I cannot do the splits anymore, for the past 12 years. We've been coming here Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. All three of my daughters have come up through the YMCA. They've not only taken swim lessons and gone to camps, but they've also become coaches. And I think our stories are quite similar when we talk about how important the Y is to just youth development and community development in general. As a hub for youth recreation and education, the YMCA clearly plays a vital role in supporting our families throughout our community. And I'm proud that in Sacramento, when I go to Sacramento, I can talk about our YMCA. Yeah. And when I was able to share with our budget committees the really important community building work that the YMCA is spearheading here in Escondido, that led me to the ability to have conversations around budget and around finance. And that helped me have those conversations with our budget committee on securing money for this very important program right here in Escondido. So I'm happy to share that we are actively working on making sure we can bring that money home to Escondido on behalf of all of you. And in honor, in a budget-tight year, bringing any money home is really an incredible feat. But you guys do me proud, and I'm proud to be able to do that work in Sacramento on your behalf. And in honor of that occasion, I would like to present a state proclamation to commemorate this very important milestone for the Escondido YMCA, a campus for community well-being. Thank you all for being here today.
That made me laugh. All sides are your great ones. So much. Thank you. Yep.
Oh, here it is. Maybe not. Pointing downwards. Thank you. Test? Yes. Thank you, Assemblymember Patel, for all your kind words. Now, I am proud to introduce a San Diego legend.
Gotta accept it. Gotta accept it.
Yeah, a San Diego legend, and his family is a big part of the YMCA. I'm proud to introduce Julio Ramos up to the stage, who's going to be our MC today.
Appreciate it. Thank you. I don't know about legend. Isn't that something when somebody dies or no?
For those that don't know, I used to do radio a long time ago here in San Diego for over 20 years, and now I work for KUSI and Fox 5, so don't say anything you don't want on TV. I'm just kidding. I'm very honored to be a part of this dedication. As a matter of fact, my wife and I, I'm born and raised here in San Diego. My wife and I chose Escondido to live within our forever home since 2014, and guess what's the first thing we decided to do when we moved here? We got a membership at the YMCA. That's right. Not only did my kids learn how to do gymnastics, I can't do the splits either. A long time ago said that. They learned how to swim, which are amazing swimmers. They learned how to play soccer, which they're not so good at, but that's okay. They also did the camps that we had here. My wife and I were a part of the gym. As you can tell, it's not happening anymore since it's closed, but that's okay as well. But we love the Y so much because also in the Escondido Unified School District, the YMCA Legends program did something really special for my daughter. She has special needs, and they invited her to be a part of the Legends program. And I have such an affinity for the YMCA. I could talk a lot about them, and you might as well hire me as one of your employees, but I love the YMCA. But also as the VP of Community Advocacy and Outreach for the Escondido PTA, I'm excited that this is being reopened again because, as you've heard, this campus is unlike any other YMCA. It represents a collaborative approach, one made possible through strong partnerships. Together with Escondido Unified School District, National University, and Neighborhood Healthcare, this campus expands what a YMCA can be. It brings education, healthcare, youth development, and community services together in one shared space. Now it's time for the hard part. We're going to do a panel conversation. We're going to go real quickly because I know you guys are starting to melt in the area. But before I do that, let's reintroduce to you again Todd Tibbetts, President and CEO, YMCA of San Diego County. Andy McGuire, Superintendent, Escondido Union School District. Dr. Mark Milliron, President and CEO of National University. And Dr. Rakesh Patel, CEO for Neighborhood Healthcare. We're going to talk about how this campus came to life and what it means for the future of Escondido. But every good host needs a co-host, and I have an amazing one here. Let me introduce to you Isaac Leba. He's from Quantum Academy. Give him a round of applause. Come on, Isaac. Your microphone's right there. Go ahead and have a seat. We're both short, so I don't know if we'll make it. All right. Yeah, he's good. You good?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So my first question is going to be for everybody, and we can keep it a little brief since we're running a little bit behind. We'll start actually with Todd. Can each of you share how your organization became part of this collaboration, and what community needs will your organization be meeting as part of this campus?
Yeah, thank you so much for hosting. I shared some of that already. So I arrived here about 5 years ago, and it was coming off of COVID, and it was such a difficult time economically, socially, just across the board. And one of the things we learned within the YMCA movement is coming out of COVID, we had to operate differently, and we had to be sustainable. Certainly in certain areas, we had to operate differently with partnership. So that was the genesis. And I went back into my email, and Dr. Ibarra, I looked, December 21st of 2021 is when we met here in Escondido. And each person, I had each conversation, hey, I had this vision about this partnership here of something very transformational and different. So excited we're here today. And I remember each of these conversations over that next year was within about a 6 to 9 month period. And each one I had, I was like, I hope they're interested. And to the person, they leaned into the conversation, and it was just a natural synergy and partnership as we started this. So that, for me, that was the genesis, and I am so excited to be partnering. I have so much respect for each of these leaders and each of their organizations, and something special is just getting started.
Thank you, Todd. Dr. Patel?
Thank you. It's loud. So we actually were close to doing this about, 7 years ago, before Todd's time, and things kind of got complicated. And so when he called and said, hey, we're looking to add a health center, I was like, oh, this is fantastic. YMCA 2.0, here we go. And at Neighborhood Healthcare, we believe in whole person care. So we don't just do medical care, but we do dental and behavioral health care. And so we see this as that opportunity to provide holistic care for little people. We've never done this before. We've always partnered with schools. We've got a great partnership with the elementary school district and the high school district. And just see this as a natural extension of being able to do more for this community together with our partners here today.
Thank you, Dr. Patel. And Dr. Milliron?
No, I love
First of all, I just want to say congratulations to everybody involved in conceptualizing and pulling this together. This is going to be an amazing community resource in so many ways. And National University is proud to be a part of it. You know, we're a child of San Diego. We're founded by a Navy captain, PhD, who was kind of heartbroken watching veterans coming out of the Vietnam War and not being able to get the kind of service they need because they were different kinds of students. Our students tend to be anders. They are students and parents. They are students and employed. They are students and deployed sometimes. And students who are non-traditional working in military often need different kinds of resources. One of the things we know about our students is we serve about 50,000 students a year. Almost every one of them is working. Almost half of our students are parents, and half of our undergrads are active duty veteran or spouse dependent. They live complicated lives. One of the things that's really neat about this partnership is the idea of having a place where our student parents in particular can work in partnership with the YMCA. They literally can drop their kid off for childcare and come to our center and do 2 hours of their learning and their work. So it's this idea of being able to have the yin-yang of not only the kids being served, but the parents being served, and having this kind of wonderful community resource kind of come together. This is really going to be a home where our Anders can in some ways base down and make these kind of connections where not only they're getting better, but their kids are getting better and the larger community is being better served. So we are incredibly excited about being a part of this and looking forward to kind of vision how we can kind of go on the road ahead. And the last thing I'll say is another part of our partnership is going to be our Sanford Harmony program. We run one of the largest social emotional learning relationship training programs in the country, all focused on K through 6 kiddos, and having that center here and having the Harmony program have a base within this and be a part of the work with the kids is going to be powerful as well. So we're all in. Once Todd started pitching the vision of this, we got to work with Rakesh and got to work with the school district. We said, count us in. We want to be a part of this good troublemaking.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dr. Milliron. And just so you know, the paramedics is alerting people that we're here, just in case you're wondering, it's Escondido. And then last but not least, same question to you, Andy.
Well, after Todd reached out in December of 21, Dr. Barr and myself, we talked to our school board, and they've been living in the community, representing the community for a long time, and the pool was not up and running at that time. Most of the facility wasn't up and running, and they knew such the impact that this facility's had on the community for so long. And so they gave us the charge, the direction to go out there and do what it took to be a part of bringing this thing back to life for the good of the community and all that we serve here. And, of course, with a hyper-focus on those kids from preschool all the way to 8th grade. And certainly I think that we're here to celebrate the outcome of that today.
Thank you so much, Andy. So now we have the cute questions coming up. So go ahead, Isaac.
Mr. McGuire, why are swim lessons so important for kids like me?
Well, I'm going to start a little off topic for a second because sometimes it's important to pile on the positive. But this young man here is from our Quantum Academy, which just recently was recognized by the state of California to be a California Distinguished School. And swim lessons for all of us right now would be really important given the weather. But actually, when it comes to swim lessons, we heard earlier from the board member here that how important it is water safety for our students, and that's the starting point for why it's so important for kids, the ones we serve especially, to learn how to swim and be safe around the water. I mean, we're so close to the ocean, just to have access to those recreational opportunities here in Southern California. So that's obviously the most important part. But I think maybe even more most important is the fact that our students, and I've been out here a few times with these students, they come a whole week at a time from our elementary schools. And many of them, most of them, that first day, they've never swam. They don't know how to swim. They get in, they cling to the edge, they're afraid. But by the end of that week, they've strengthened that muscle of confidence and resilience. They've learned that self-confidence. That carries on, not just from the pool. That aha moment that we just created right there in the pool, for them, will live on beyond the pool, into our classrooms and into life and everything that they're able to accomplish once they learn that self-confidence. So that's what's important about it.
Thank you so much. So I'm just going to ask this one question to Todd. What difference do you believe this campus will make for families in Escondido, and why is it important to have it available for this community?
So I'll go back to what Andy just said. First of all, one of our goals, especially as we get through the next year or two, is that we'll be able to confidently say that every single child that goes to Escondido Union schools is safe in and around water. Every single kid. And on top of that, when you consider the partnership of all of these organizations, what I hope we see is the next generation of change makers coming out of Escondido, because they've received the positive youth development. They are healthy and whole person health. We're addressing all the social drivers of health that equips them to have the resources they need to be the next leaders, the next generation, the next mayor, the next council person, the next CEO, or the next whatever they want to be.
Love it. Thank you so much, Todd. Go ahead, Isaac. You're up next.
Dr. Milliron. If classrooms had marshmallow-shaped nap pods, what big dream would you hope kids have here?
What a great question. By the way, we need to get those nap pods for our space right over there. We have to get those installed right away. What we really would hope is that as kiddos are experiencing a place like this and dreaming about what might be possible, and this goes to Todd, what you just said, is this idea of we're hoping that this is a location where moments are made, where these memories are made, where they realize those dreams are possible, and they understand the work they can put in to be able to kind of get on the trajectory. And what we love about this is this idea that we can not only help the kids, we can help their parents be a part of making dreams become a reality, and helping them understand that they're not only going to be doing good work for themselves, but they're going to be hopefully engaging in the learning that allows them to become change makers themselves, become difference makers themselves, to really make this community better, to make this county better, to make this country better, which is pretty powerful. So from those marshmallow pods to big dreams, we want to all be a part of it and making sure we make more of it a reality for these kiddos.
Thank you, Dr. Milliron. All right, Andy, real quick, what program or service are you most excited to see grow here?
Well, obviously, we're sitting right in front of it here, and we're already growing that, and it's almost 1,000 kids have gone through the pool here. But we also are going to start taking over the Appleby building over here and bring that back to life, building out something that's going to provide opportunities to our students, things that we aren't necessarily able to house in our schools, just maybe a center for innovation and learning, and being able to do a lot of amazing things over here. But really just, I think, overall, just being a part of this entire one-stop shop. And I know when we first started talking in these conversations on Zoom calls a few years ago, I was like, well, this is kind of like the amusement park for education. And I think really bringing that all together from our littlest kids all the way up through kids going through college and then off into life and then coming back. And the parents, all the Anders. Coming back and serving in the community that we were helped to be a part of raising them up through. So I think just seeing the entire thing is really what's most important I'm looking forward to seeing come together.
Perfect. Thank you, Andy.
Dr. Patel, if sharing Band-Aids gave you superpowers, what superpower would help this campus the most?
So, growing up, my superhero was Batman. And Batman didn't have superpowers, actually. He had really cool toys, when you think about it. He had the Batmobile, he had armor and things like that. But what Batman did was he fought for justice. He leveled the playing field. You know, he was an orphan, kind of grew up, and really fought for the lowest people in society to raise them up. And that's what we've been doing at Neighborhood Healthcare for over 50 years. We've taken care of over 100,000 patients in the last year, where our mission is to take care of everyone regardless of situation or circumstance. And so where I see this space is really that, to bring holistic care to little people, to help them see their path forward in life. And if we can do a little bit by making sure that they're healthy, mentally strong, they have good smiles and good teeth, they're going to be on their way to really, really growing up and achieving their goals in life.
You've got a great Batman voice. I bet you could do it. You could probably do an I'm Batman right now. That would be like knock the place back, right?
No pressure. No, I'm just kidding. All right, this question is going to be for both Dr. Milliron and Dr. Patel. We'll start with Dr. Milliron. Looking ahead, what is your long-term vision for this campus?
community thriving. We want this to be a place where, and you said it the best, where people can come together and kind of like rise and thrive together. I love the vision of having a parent being able to drop their kid off for a swim lesson or a gymnastics lesson and then come to our center and continue their learning and developing. Everybody's getting better. Everybody's thriving together. That is so exciting and fantastic. And the intersection between the work of the school district, between neighborhood health, and between the kind of programming at the YMCA and the learning at National University, everybody on the campus is doing something to get better together, which is really powerful for this larger community. So the idea of this being this kind of thriving, theme park is really kind of powerful to us.
Thank you. And Dr. Patel, same question.
Yeah, so what I'm really excited about this is that we're bringing all of our services in one location. So for our patients, the barrier of transportation, schedules, and getting kids to appointments, that kind of goes away here. They can see the dentist and their primary care doctor on the same day, so they can get their physicals both for their teeth and their body in the same day. And so I'm really hoping we see better healthcare overall, better immunization rates overall, and just overall well-being of this community increases with this collaboration.
I love that. As a parent, thank you. The least amount of driving I need to do in Escondido, the better.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Go ahead, Isaac.
Mr. Tibbetts, if a lifeguard had 8 arms like an octopus, how many people could they help at once?
All right. Well, I don't know if you know this, Isaac, but octopi are some of the smarter animals? Fish? Creatures that exist. So, and I say that because when I think about YMCA lifeguards, we have some incredible, intelligent leaders that are guarding all of our pools, some that we used to be participants, as Anna talked about. At the YMCA, we have over 20 pools, and then we have this little body of water Camp Surf is on called the Pacific Ocean, where we have people guarding these bodies of water, keeping everyone safe. And we have such incredible stories where, in just this past year, at a couple of our YMCAs, where our staff have saved lives. And they just do an amazing job. So to your specific question, how many? I would say it's endless. It's certainly however many the pool can hold. It could be 50, it could be 75, it could be 100. Every single person in that body of water is who they can help.
Thank you, Todd. Let's give them all a round of applause, please. And a big round of applause to my co-MC here, Isaac. Thank you to our panelists for your leadership and for your commitment to this shared vision. Your collaboration makes this campus possible, and we look forward to the impact it will have for generations to come. As we conclude, we invite you to explore the campus, visit our partner vision stations, and continue the celebration. Thank you for joining us today and for supporting the Escondido YMCA, a campus for community well-being, and we look forward to building a healthier, more connected community together.